All right, good afternoon, sir. My name is Lieutenant General Whiskey Tango with the West Coast Police Department, badge number IA 13731. What brings you to the Homeland Police Department today?
Looking for a new life, sir.
What do you hope to accomplish during your time here as a Homeland Police officer?
My goals is that me and Cherry become the best officers possible. Batman and Robin.
And have you been previously hired by the Homeland Police Department before?
Yes, 3 times.
And can you state why 3 times, why this would be your fourth time?
I retired personal reasons.
Understandable.
First time I was a little toxic, so I left. Second time, I don't know. I just left. I actually left the whole server NRP for a while. The most recent time, I was taking it serious, and then I got repped for something stupid, and I like to keep my record clean, so I retired again.
All right. So, what would make the fourth time, like what would make a difference if you got accepted into the department today? What would change from the previous 3 times that you were hired?
Well, I always progress, sir. My history of me being in this department actually shows that.
So, with your prior PD experience, are you familiar with what PD4 is?
Yes, I am.
What is PD4, and what is the punishment for PD4? Without looking in your own words, please.
A reprimand, disrespectful attitude,
What is PD15?
which I was repped for.
Okay. What is PD15, and what is the punishment for that as well?
It's a warning and proper play road play.
Do you have any ill intentions or wishes to hurt members of PD or PD itself?
Why would I do that? I've never had that type of intentions.
Oh, these are just general questions that I ask everybody. Don't feel
Understandable.
don't feel like you're the only one I ask these questions to, sir. So these are just the basic questions that I do ask. Can you follow the chain of command?
That's all you're supposed to do.
What is NRP? What is RP15? Without
P50.
Yes, what is RP15 without looking at the rules stated in your own wording?
What do you mean? How do you want me to explain that?
In your own words, in your own wording, what is RP15 and what is the punishment to that in your own words? It doesn't just don't read it, from the book, don't read it from Discord, don't read it, end game from the booklet NRP. Just based off your own knowledge, your own experience, this is, I just want to see what kind of RP rules you do know.
I know them all, so disruption of fashion could be multiple things, sir. Do you want me to give you a situation, or do you want me to give you an example? Because I would say toxic behavior would classify as RP15, which is, picking fights, being argumentative. Am I in the ballpark, sir?
Yeah, so I mean, like RP15 and RP would be more like along the lines of if police operations are being conducted within the city, and those operations are intervened between by individuals, that could be viewed as RP15. Shooting from the gun zone or the gun shop into like towards the PD. Every time that officers come out of the garage, that can also be another point of what RP15 is. Faction disruption. Can you also tell me what RP5 is?
Admiral Fleetwood, the head of SOCOM. Just the two admirals, plus representatives from various South American countries. They're forming a task force to stem the flow of drugs into the states.
without looking in your own words.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. NRP, I got a phone call.
No, you're okay. So can you tell me in your own words what is RP5?
RP5? Metagaming.
Perfect. What is RP10?
You just asked me 10, sir. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know what RP10 is, but I never asked you what RP10 is yet.
You said just.
I asked you what RP15 is and what RP5 is.
Sir, can you go down to PD 0, please? Mr. Burnett, can you go down to floor 0? I was trying to put something in his wife on school. Pete Kill, sir. I don't know if you can hear me. Go down to floor 0, thank you.
Yeah, I can hear you. You said what was RP10?
I said repeat kill, sir.
Can you explain RP10 just a little bit? Like what is RP10 to you?
Well, I'm not a violator. You have to wait 15 minutes if you die on any scene, civilian, cop, any faction member. Which actually trumps that RP rule. So I follow actual new life rule.
Okay. So I know you mentioned about being part of the department before 3 previous times. My question to you is, and you mentioned in your own wording that you were previously repped out and you received reps. What were those reps that you received, and why did you receive those reps?
I received a rep because they said I used excessive force on a suspect that didn't have a gun out.
Is that the only incident?
Yeah. The only rep, I've only had 2 reps in the 3 times. The second one was when I wasn't here before. I was before that last time I was here. I retired. I told him that he needed to take his money and buy socks because he's wearing flip-flops with no socks. You can go watch the video. It's pretty funny. And they told me that was being disrespectful. Even though I still got him rep for RP14s and all the other nasty names he sent to me. So I
103 to units. I need you guys to respond to HP, please.
So because the MGs turned the video on.
Wait, you got NRP, you got RP14 as well?
No, the suspect did. I got rep for disrespectful attitude or something. I don't even remember what it was for.
So
basically,
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So like if you use like excessive force, so you got a PD3 and a PD4, because the PD4 you said you also got disrespect, towards the civilian. So you got PD3 and PD4.
2 separate times I was here.
So you got
that was second term. So I got repped under one chief, and then I got repped under another chief. I was retired between both reps.
And both times you received PD3 and PD4?
No. One, I've only received a disrespectful attitude towards colleagues, which was crazy because the comment was towards a suspect.
And you got 3 reps for that?
No, I've only had. All right, sir. Sir, I've only had 2 reps between 3 times I've served under PD, sir. The first rep was under Chief Red, I think. No, Slaughter Jacket, excuse me. And I received a rep because I came back from arresting a suspect. I asked someone if I can get a charge put on the suspect. And as then the suspect was insulting me multiple times, I got a little offended. And I told him that his in-game character needed to get socks with his flip-flops. He had a character that had no socks with flip-flops walking around, if you remember that. So, and they told me that was disrespectful attitude towards people. So I got that rep and I retired. About a month or so later, I came back. I was here for a while. I got my vest. I was basically doing my own thing. Basically, the gang that was taking over the city, I caught one of the leaders on floor one. They were trolling me, calling me Piggy, which was within my right, like what the ticket said. That's as she called me Piggy, I went up to her and I tased her and I took her to jail for the 2.6 assault of state employee. But then when she put the ticket in, admin said that she cop baited me, and at the same time, I used excessive force. I could have just thrown her in cuffs, which I don't know how or why, but I mean, whatever. We're not going to get into all that. But yes, that's what happened. After I got to the arguments with the admin and whatnot, I just left. I said, well, then clearly this is discrimination or whatnot. I felt I was being wrong. She clearly was insulting me, and I took her to jail, and clearly I was the one using excessive force. Macros used and all. It's probably still in y'all rep channel. And then so right after that, I retired and I was gone.
So were they being compliant or non-compliant?
You would have to look at the video, sir, for your point of view. Because in my point of view, if you want to hear my side, yes, she called me a piggy. She started telling me all type of crazy stuff in the chat. She didn't even say it. She said it in the chat. I went to handcuff her. She walked away from me, so I tased her.
Okay. So you, one thing too, being part of the PD faction is that, we, accept zero toxicity. We accept, we have zero tolerance for problematic, individuals who are looking to, harm PD from within inside. You are aware of that, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, there's, like I said, absolutely zero, any leadway, any leniency whatsoever when it comes down to that. So my thing is, you've been part of the PD faction 3 times on 3 separate occasions. You've been repped out, or you've been repped underneath 2 separate chiefs, and it like I know I just want to make sure that, if we bring in, people, they're not going to be, the certain types that it's going to be like a Trojan horse that, tries to come inside and, try to, create more issues than what's already here. So, I mean, based off of that information, I mean, like, it definitely draws, some concerns. And I mean, like, yeah, the PD rules, the RP rules, which is great. I mean, absolutely great. And that's a vital necessity to the department. But unfortunately, like, my concerns still, lie with, okay, is this individual going to come back into the department? He knows all these rules. He knows all these PD rules. And like, if he knows all this stuff, then why is he continuously getting reps, and why is he leaving and coming back into the department? So you could see where my concern is, right?
Sir, can I be frank with you?
Of course. I like people that's open and honest with me.
I was never toxic in here. Why does everybody keep acting like I was super toxic in here? I literally came on here, gave money out every day to PD officers. I barely even talked. And I literally did MPs. I sat at HP all day by myself arresting people. 15, 12 arrests a week, logged. Nothing wrong. I got one. I slipped up, got an attitude one day. Yeah, whatever. But, sir, you can't say I was in here being toxic the last 2 times I was actually in this department, sir. In the street is one thing, but if you can bring any officer in here. The first time, yes, I would stand on 10. I was on demon time. I ain't gonna lie, I was very argumentative and whatnot. Charlotte changed me, and I had a little argument with her, and I was not toxic. I retired. I left because I had personal things going on. I couldn't really be on the game like that, so I left. And then NRP. And then now, this time, that gang was doing a lot much, and then everybody was acting like they were too scared to handle them, so I went out there and faced them straight on, honestly. And they're gone. I don't see them in the city no more, and I've been around a while. NRP, whatever, if you want to let me say that. But I ain't seen them, so they're gone, finitoed, and my mission was accomplished. I was never toxic while I was here. You guys just take the assumption that I'm toxic because you see me in the streets, but I just RP. I'm a very strong RPer. But at the end of the day, when I put a suit on, I actually RP what I'm supposed to be RPing, sir. I don't really need friends, sir. I can honestly be a cool guy and just hang out, give money like I was last time. I'm not here for a rank up. I'm not here to show out. I'm not here to be toxic. Sir, I was actually in you guys' Discord when I left for probably like 2 months. If you want me to be frank, sir, you were the reason why I even looked to see if I was still in there because of the issue we had. That's the only reason why me and you got into it. I'm not a toxic person. I just take shit too serious sometimes, NRP. But my job requires me to do certain things and look at everything in certain ways. And I'm sorry, I'm just very passionate.
No, I understand that, and I respect, the RP that you have, and I'm not taking any, past experience, and I'm not, I'm not casting any judgment. That's that, that was then, this is now, two completely different, scenarios. So, like I said, my thing is the track record that you do have. I'm not saying that you are toxic. I'm not saying that you're problematic. But it does, raise, a lot of red flags with, the sole purpose of, these rules, the RP rules, and like, and
So you headed up north to spend Thanksgiving with your folks?
hold on one second.
Bro, honestly, if you think I'm here to break rank, bro, I honestly don't think I'm gonna go past Colonel. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like leadership.
No, I understand. But like my thing is like I said, all these rules. You have you would be a vital asset to the department. I mean, it's just like I said. The red flags to me is the fact of, you've been in the department 3 different times, repped by 2 separate chiefs. Like, what could you like what because like I'm not, like I said, I'm not taking any previous experience or anything like that, and I'm not holding it against you. I have an open biased mind, because at the end of the day, my job isn't to hold grudges on people or have stop them from having a position. That's not my job. My job is to make sure that we, bring in, good officers with good intentions, that have the knowledge that could, potentially teach other officers within inside the department to be better than themselves. But again, I keep circling back, and I keep finding myself on the, fact of, 2 different chiefs being repped out 2 different occasions, or not repped out, but repped under 2 different chiefs, and one of those being excessive force. Like I said, those are red flags to me. But I also see that you're, here in the department every time that we have a hiring event going on. So my thing is, like, I I don't want to. I can't bring myself to say, you've passed your interview. But I don't. I also want you to understand that, it doesn't mean that you can't come back. But I mean, at the end of the day, I am going to fail your application just for right now. Doesn't mean that you can't come back. It just solely means that, the longer you are, without a tag, the longer you are being a, upstanding citizen in Homeland, the more, positive interactions that you have with officers, that's going to ultimately, have more of a welcoming, and have a better, chance, to actually, become a good, a good officer. And that's what we need. But I mean, right now, I just personally think that, I think that we should wait a little bit longer, see how you do, and keep you still, keep you on a cool down for right now, and see how you do out there in the city. Like I said, just stay out of trouble, stay out of gangs. Don't do anything that can potentially get yourself in trouble, and try to have, as less interactions.
Sir,
You said what?
you've hired people I've literally seen been repped out, 3 reps, terminations. I've seen it all, sir. So you're telling me I haven't been in a gang? You're right, sir. You can continue.
Yeah, so I mean, I understand your concern. You know, you mentioned about other people that have previously been repped out, but on for those individuals, ultimately, when they try to come back in and they try to do the same thing, that they have a record. You know, the department holds a track record on every one of us that comes into the department, whether it's whatever we do within our career, is there for everybody to see. So I mean, like I said, it doesn't mean that you can't come back. It just means, just try to have more positive interactions with people, be more of an upstanding citizen and, just do what you have to do so that way, you're not getting in trouble.
I'm not getting in trouble. I haven't been in a month. I gave out probably like $5 million in the last like 4 days.
No, I got you. Like I said, give it a 3 to 5 day cooldown. Come back during,
I'll
the
be back tomorrow.
you'll be back tomorrow. Okay.
Wait, if he was hung, how's a gun figure into the murder?
All right, follow me, sir. We'll take you back downstairs. Get you out of these cuffs.
Stole his gun.
Ah, it's a demon.
Just closed the iron again, slow.
So what was your reason for denying me again?
Sir, I've already stated it. I also have a recording of our interview as well, with both of us, being able to be heard. So if you would like that copy of that, I could send it to you surely, so that way you have that, evidence as well. So that way, because like I said, just try to have more positive interactions with the community.
Can I speak to the chief?
I can request for the chief for you.
Me too. Wait, who is this? Hosh? Peaches and cream, girl.
115 to chief.
What you did? You ain't even got no tag, girl. What you did?
Like this one, the moment I saw her face.
103, 115, he is not on.
Girl, I was dancing.
10-4 copy.
I was dancing
So
while I
unfortunately,
was
Chief isn't
supposed
online
to,
right
and I
now.
knew better.
At the moment, when he does get back online, I'll let him know that you're wanting to speak to him.
Uh-oh, now she got some haters. No, I don't have no haters. I was in
Yo,
the wrong,
Slugs,
girl.
come back here, bro.
You,
I
where was you?
just
At HP, I just got a little happy. I came to get some pills at the HP. I just stopped. I seen my friend, and I said hi to her, and then I started dancing for a second, and then fell. I looked up. I was in jail. I knew I should have went to the beach. Nah, for real. They really be hardcore snitching at HP now.
4, 5 of those guys each. Cops do show up.